Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. If you're a returning listener, it's great to have you back. If you're new to the channel, really glad you joined us. Hope you like what you hear. So in our episode today, we're going to talk about discipline and how to build discipline in today's world where the deck is kind of stacked against you. So if you think back, previous generations, there seemed to have been a lot more discipline in the world. And another way to think about discipline is really systems. You have to build systems and routines and habits in your life that take over when things get tough or when things get hectic. Because let's be straightforward, life is going to get tough and hectic sometimes. But routines and systems are things that you can fall back on to maintain the good things in your life and the things that provide a high quality of life for you. In today's world, that can be really tough to do because our society has evolved to prioritize comfort. And that's not really a good thing for us. But think about it. You can sit at home and have food delivered. You don't even have to get up. They'll bring food already prepared to your house. You have entertainment of almost any form at your fingertips on demand. And algorithms to make sure that you're never bored. There's always something there to keep you satisfied or occupied or entertained for the next 10 seconds, 10 minutes, whatever it is. The problem with that is comfort creates weakness. When things get hard, when things get tough, we've depleted our resources to dig down deep and muscle through the tough times. And it's discipline, not motivation, that you need in place for when those things happen so you can build and continue to live a successful life when you're going through those things. So today, we're going to give you 5 truths about discipline. We've got scientific evidence to back up what we're saying here. And we're going to give you an action item on each of these that you can incorporate into your life right now so you can start building your discipline muscle. Okay? So let's just go into it from there. Discipline, number 1, discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation's not going to get where you want to be. Discipline and systems will. A study from the University of Chicago found that people who relied on discipline instead of motivation achieved their goals 42% more consistently. Motivation can fluctuate with your emotions. That's normal. That's a human condition. It is what it is. Discipline ignores emotion and follows the routine that you have established. Motivation is like a spark. It's bright, but it's quick, and it flames out just as quick as it pops up. Discipline is a burning fire with 3 or 4 logs on it that's going to keep you warm for a much longer period of time. Even when you don't feel like doing what it is you need to do, systems and discipline will take over and keep you moving on a good path. So what's your action step knowing this? Your action step is to commit to one non-negotiable daily habit. Just one. You can pick one thing. It can be something small, but it has to be consistent. Maybe it's taking a cold shower. Maybe it's 20 push-ups. Maybe it's writing in a journal for 5 minutes. Doesn't matter what it is. You're not building the habit. What you're doing is building the identity of someone who follows through. You want to follow through on the commitments and promises you make to yourself. A phrase we heard from Kobe Bryant, which we love, is I don't negotiate with myself. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do to myself. And it's important not to make these big and grandiose because it's going to set you up for failure. You've got to pick small things and make small changes consistently over long periods of time. That's how you get to where you want to be. It's not a massive change. It's not a sea tide change. It's not a quantum leap that generally gets you where you want to go. It's those small daily changes that you make and consistently keep up that will build the life that you want. Okay. Number 2 goes right along with this, and that is willpower is like a muscle. If you don't train it, you will lose it. So think about it like train it, don't drain it. Build willpower like a muscle, like you would any other muscle, like running or lifting weights or whatever other exercises you do. The longer you do them, the better you get at them, and you slowly increase your capacity for that muscle group that you're training. Willpower is exactly the same way. Research from Florida State University, Roy Baumeister in 2012, shows willpower functions like a limited resource that strengthens with use, just like a muscle. When you practice self-control in small ways, your overall capacity grows. It matters because people think they're bad at discipline when they're really just not trained at discipline. Discipline builds like endurance through repetition, not perfection. Another way to think about this is most of the cravings or worries or anxieties that you have don't last very long. They only last for about 90 seconds and then they dissipate. So if you can get over that 90-second hump, you can usually ride it out and get to a better spot. So the action step here is to pick one small discomfort every day and lean into it. Take the stairs. Skip the phone in line. Delay the dopamine hit for 10 minutes. You're conditioning your mind to obey you, not to give in to your impulses. So, what does skip the phone in line mean? Instead of mindlessly scrolling your phone while you're waiting in your line or you're waiting for something else, put it down. Don't do it. Look at your surroundings. Talk to another person. Delay the dopamine hit that you're looking for, and you may be able to just get past it and not do it at all. But you build that willpower like any other muscle. You train it little bits at a time. So give yourself little challenges throughout the day. Take the stairs instead of taking the elevator. Park in the last parking spot and walk all the way to the store instead of parking as close to the store as you can. Little things like that can make a big difference over time. All right. Number 3, keep in mind that your environment shapes your willpower. So Stanford behavioral scientist B.J. Fogg's research shows that environment is the number one predictor of behavior change, not willpower. If junk food is in sight, you eat it. If your phone is on your desk, you'll pick it up and start scrolling. So change your environment if you want to be successful. You can't out-discipline a bad environment. You have to design your surroundings for success. This happens a lot when people are fighting addictions, when they get out of the training or the rehab or the therapy or whatever they're taking to help them with their addictions. One of the first things they're told is don't go back to the world you came from. Don't associate with the same people who got you into that world. Don't go to the same places where that world exists. Don't keep making the same decisions or putting yourself in the situations where those temptations exist. So what your action step here is to audit your environment tonight. Remove one temptation from your space. Maybe there's a TV in your bedroom. You can take it out. Maybe there's snacks on the counter. You could get rid of those and replace it with a bowl of apples. Maybe your phone's on your nightstand. Move it to another room. It's not going to kill you not to have your phone next to your bed. That's what I'm working on right now. I sleep charging my phone next to me. It's a bad habit. I got to quit doing it because my phone's on a lot and it messes with my sleep. And I got to do a better job of that one personally. So nobody's perfect on this stuff. We've all got to work on it. We've all got to push ourselves to get better. But if we want to build the lives that we want, we're going to work on these things. We're going to get better at them. But if you make things easy to start, then easy things are harder to reach. So think about that. Make the hard things easy to start and the easy things harder to reach. Get rid of the junk food, replace it with fruit. Put your phone in another room so you have to get your lazy ass out of bed to go pick it up if you want to scroll. That change of your environment will have a huge impact on your willpower and your system that you've built to stay in the habits that you want to develop. Okay, number 4, delayed gratification creates long-term success. Plain and simple, you've got to learn to delay gratification to somewhere down the road. Like we talked about at the beginning of the episode here, our society is not built that way. Our society is built for gratification right now, for comfort right now. That's a bad place for us to be as a species. It's not good for us to have all that comfort. Fight and struggle and self-control is good for us to practice, and we need to get better at it. There's a famous marshmallow study done at Stanford where they put kids in a room and said, hey, you can have that marshmallow in front of you right now, or if you wait, we'll give you 2 marshmallows 10 minutes from now. And that study found that children who could delay gratification for the 10 to 15 minutes scored higher in life satisfaction, in health, and in income decades later. So developing that delayed gratification muscle, developing that self-discipline muscle, setting up your environment to help you do it leads to all sorts of good metrics and better outcomes in your life. Now, discipline is the art of trading short-term pleasure for long-term progress. Another way to think about it is the benefit or the pleasure you feel now is small compared to the benefit or the pleasure you'll feel down the road if you're able to delay it. You get an outsized reward down the road for delaying gratification right now. Every time you delay gratification, you wire your brain for resilience. That's another big benefit of it. So our action step here is the next time you crave a distraction, say this to yourself: if I still want it in 15 minutes, I'll do it. That small delay trains patience. Even if you do 15 minutes later indulge in whatever it is you're thinking about indulging, you'll find that many times you won't, because like we talked about, those urges only last typically for about 90 seconds. If you can get past that 90-second urge, you're in the clear, and you actually won't even partake in the behavior that you're trying to avoid. That small delay trains patience, and that patience is the foundation of self-control. Okay, number 5, and this sounds a little counterintuitive, but it's the truth, so stick with me. Discipline and structure is actually freedom. U.S. naval research on special operations candidates shows that those with structured routines experienced lower stress and higher mental performance than those who approach training flexibly. Structure doesn't limit you, it actually liberates you because you've already made the choices. It's very freeing to know this is what I do, this is the process, I don't have to think about it, I don't have to make decisions, I don't have to plan it out because I already did that. Now I just got to execute. That's it. Discipline doesn't cage your life, it actually gives it direction and frees you up mentally to focus on the things that are important to you. When you live by principles, you stop living by impulses, and that frees you up tremendously. It'll lower your stress levels, it'll lower your anxiety levels, it'll lower your depression levels. It works over and over and over again. So your action step here is to build a daily discipline anchor, something that grounds your day in order. Could be making your bed, could be taking a walk in the morning, could be writing your daily mission down, it could be going over your to-do list first thing in the morning. Something that kicks your habits and routines into action. It's the impetus for you starting down the road that you've laid out for yourself. And remember, we don't negotiate with ourselves. When we say we're going to do something, we follow through on it. Start and end your day with intention, and it will help you build the discipline that will free you up to live the life that you want. So, comfort is the enemy of greatness. That's the way you got to think about it. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. And you want to be growing. You want to be becoming a better person. So you want to be pushing these little boundaries all the time. And remember, we're not talking about quantum leaps. We're not saying throw out anything in your house that's got sugar in it and just eat wheat germ and drink water. We're saying instead of eating fries at that meal, why don't you replace it with an apple? We're saying instead of watching that next episode, why not get up and go for a walk? We're saying instead of scrolling on your phone, why don't you put it away and write in your journal? Those little steps can make big differences. Because remember, you don't rise to your goals, you fall to the level of discipline that you've developed in your life, especially when things are hard or tough. So stop chasing motivation. Build structure instead, because that structure is what's going to get you where you want to be. When life gets hard, and it always will, we all know that, discipline is what's going to keep you moving and keep you on the path that you want to be on. So that's the episode for today, guys. Hope you found that helpful. Think about those 5 points. Think about the 5 action steps we gave you. Implement those. Start implementing them right now. Start taking action right now and build that discipline, structure, self-control muscle, and watch how good your life gets very, very quickly. It will work. We promise. You got to do it in a way that works for you, but those are the steps that you can take that will help you get to where you want to be. All right. James puts it up over here every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All of our podcast episodes are available there. Links to all our social media accounts are available there. We publish a newsletter every weekday you can subscribe to on our website. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you consume it on. We have awesome guests on that talk about what they've learned in life and how they've built lives of meaning and purpose through the tough times in their life and the lessons they've learned from them. We have them on several times a week. We do episodes like this a couple times a week that give you action items to build the life that you want. It's all good stuff. It'll help you get to where you want to be. You have control over this. You need to take control and exercise that control, and you can get to where you want to be. Keep coming back to Salty Ginger Talk, and we can help you stay on that path. You don't want to miss our next episode. We'll see you there.